Hi friends, this is Jamie. I want to welcome you to my channel today. Today I'm going to be doing a color along in Wild Winter. It's a mythographic book. I haven't been in the coloring game for a while. It's been quite some time since I've had a video here on YouTube, and I've been going through some things which made it very difficult for me to color, and then I just lost the mojo and just the passion to pick up a pencil or pick up a marker. And I thought, maybe the best way to get into coloring again is just to dive into a coloring page and hope for the best. And I thought I had promised my Facebook group that I would do a color along in the month of January, and this month is almost over. If you really think about it, we've already reached the halfway point, and so I thought I might as well dive into Mythographic. And I decided to pick this page right here. The reason why is because I actually haven't seen that many people color it. I actually only saw one on Instagram, and I like the ability to do a page that I haven't seen colored, because then my mind can just choose what it wants to do. It doesn't automatically go to what I've already seen. This is a voiceover, by the way. My kids were home when I was coloring, and so it makes it easier if I can just do the voiceover. Hope you guys don't mind. So with this particular page, it does come off very intimidating to me. It may to others, it may not to others. I thought the best way to start would be to make a foundation of a strong line. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to pull out my Caliart markers, and I'm going to color these beams or window linings with this. It's kind of like a tan brown color. I'll show you the lid here in a second so you can know which color I'm using if you are following along. I thought if I color all of these beams first, then I'm grounding my picture so that I know what's inside and what is outside. This picture basically has a well inside, like water, I'm guessing, and on the top there's like ice chunks, and there's like beams of light going through the water. And then so you have a few different things that could be complicated in this picture. One, you have glass, because it's almost like an atrium. There's the number for that marker if you guys are curious. So you have glass, and then you have water, which can be tricky, and you have ice, which can be tricky, and you have beams of light, which can be tricky as well. And maybe this was like the wrong page to choose coming out of a coloring slump, but sometimes a really complex page is the best type for me, because if I do something overly simple, then I just still feel blah. So sometimes when I do an overcomplicated page and just go step by step, it tends to, like, I don't know, spark up ideas and things in my brain. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm just doing a base layer here of this Caliart marker, and after I'm done with this, I will do shading with polychromos pencils, and I'll show you the pencil colors I will use when I pull those pencils. But as you can see, it's actually a little tricky in some areas to know what is the actual window frame versus like lines in the water in some areas. So I just did the best I could and kind of followed the shapes the best I could. And there are some hidden objects in this picture. I'm choosing to just color over them almost like they don't exist, because they're kind of in odd spots. So I'm just going to color over them as I go and just let it just take its own shape as I'm going here. So while I'm coloring these lines, this is actually like the boring part of the color along, because I'm just coloring the windowsills and shading them pretty much, or window trim, or whatever you want to call it. The next video will have more stuff, because I haven't decided if I want to color basically inside or color outside. And I keep trying to tell myself, Jamie, just don't overthink it. Because as soon as I overthink things, then I get in trouble, and then it turns into a whip and I never finish it. So I need to not overthink it, just relax and just let the color come to me. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, oh well. Life goes on, right? So I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I haven't actually filmed my completed pages for December. I think I only had like 11 or maybe 10, something like that. Not very many at all. And for this month in January, the month's almost over and I've only colored 2 pages. So as you can tell, I just have a total lack of mojo going. But I've been dealing with some things and mental health things, and I went through a pretty bad slump where I just didn't feel like doing anything but just like watching a movie. Or, I mean, just the task of cleaning my house. After I cleaned my house and picked up all the toys and cleaned up after the kids and took care of my family, you know, that kind of thing, I was exhausted and I just went to sleep. So that's pretty much what it's been lately, and I just haven't had passion to want to do anything creative, which is odd for me, to be honest. I've been trying to figure out ways to spark that creative flow. I mean, I don't even want to make cookies or brownies, or like during Christmas, I didn't want to make Christmas treats. We didn't even do gingerbread houses. And these are things I do every year. It's like I had no desire. And I've been going, and I tried like a mood stabilizer. It actually made me worse, and so I stopped, and there's just lots of different things. And right now I'm trying to get back to normal, and trying to adjust back to normalcy is it's not always the easiest thing. Right now I'm trying to not put pressure on myself in any fashion in like my world of life, not just in the coloring world, but pressure on myself in any way, and try to just do things to help myself relax and stay calm, because I don't want to cause medical problems and all those things, you know. But I don't want to apologize for not being on, because I feel that sometimes you do need to take a break, and that's not something you need to apologize for. Everybody needs a mental health break. Everybody needs to take a time out sometimes. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. And when I color, I do it sheer for the fact that I feel like coloring, not because I need to do this for this or that reason. And if I don't finish a project, I am okay with it. I think as a YouTuber, after time, it, like, unknowingly, you develop pressure. Because you want to please your subscribers. You want to be there for your friends, be there for your buddy colors, be there for your color alongs, and so many things. You don't want to let people down. And I think when you're a YouTuber, you don't realize that it catches up to you. And when it catches up to you, it hits you pretty hard. And the best thing that I've noticed is just to step away for a minute. And it's not that I don't want to be on YouTube or anything like that. And it's not that I don't want to color anymore. It's just the pressure builds up so bad that for me, all of a sudden I start getting panic attacks and all these different things, and I just can't handle it. And coloring is supposed to be relaxing and fun and not stressful. And I think mine is the unknowing build up, because I'll tell myself, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not pressuring myself, blah, 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 blah. But unknowingly, by saying, oh, I need to get a YouTube video out, or I need to complete this project because I created a hashtag, or I want to support my friend's hashtag. Unknowingly, I was creating pressure inside me, and I was just doing pages to force myself to do it, just so I could get it done or check things off in the to-do list. And so for this year, things are going to be a little bit different on my channel. I'm going to just color when I want to color. And if I do completed pages videos, great. If I don't, oh well. I mean, I'm not going to force myself to create content because I'm on a deadline or a schedule, or like it's a homework assignment, because that's just adding more pressure. All that words of pressure reminds me of that song on Encanto, where the strong sister says that she just has so much pressure, she can't falter. And when I hear that song, sometimes I feel like that sister, because I'm trying to balance everything in the home front as well. Some of you guys are aware that I have 2 special needs children, and then I have an 8-year-old daughter, and my boys are special needs. So it's a lot of pressure being the parent, first of all, and then to try to get away from all that pressure, I try to do my hobbies, but I somehow had created pressure in my hobby. And I need to change that and change my outlook on a lot of things going on in my mind. And I think it's going to be a slow process. And I do appreciate all the support and all the care and love you guys have for supporting my channel and being there. And those of you that message me on Instagram or Facebook and that have been my friends for years, I really appreciate your support and love. And sometimes just a little, hey, how you doing today, makes the world of difference, because I'm pretty much home with 3 kids by myself a lot. And talking to another adult is very comforting, you know? Yeah, I'm trying to be careful because I want to go through my coloring books and do a de-stash because I have a lot of books, as you guys probably guessed. And I worry that if I do a de-stash, why I feel in a coloring slump, basically, while I'm in a slump, I'm going to end up de-stashing things I don't want to de-stash. So I'm trying to wait until I feel not in a slump anymore before I actually de-stash. I think that in 2023, I started the year off pretty well. In February, I think it was February, or maybe it was March. No, it was March. I had done a hashtag in Lulu Mayo where I did a lot of buddy colors, and it was like Lulu from May to March or March to May or something like that, or maybe it was February to May. I don't remember exactly, but I had done, I don't know, like 43 buddy colors just in Lulu Mayo books in a course of 3 months. And I look back at that and I had a lot of mojo in there. I mean, yeah, I got a little burnt doing Lulu Mayo page after page after page, but I did pretty well. I mean, I still had high coloring mojo, and it's like I started off the year pretty well, but as the year went on, it just got less and less and less. And during the summer, I kind of went through some things and I had a hard time. It was like ever since the summer, I just went downhill in the world of coloring and just in the world of life. And I was just struggling to keep up with life. And I think during the holidays and stuff, I was just, it's like my battery was drained. I want to want stuff. Does that make sense? But it's very difficult. So it's definitely an undergoing process. Since 2024 has started, it has not been a thumbs up right out of the door. I mean, it has been the words would be, it has been a struggle ever since 2024 started. I'll be honest. I've been suffering from panic anxiety and having attacks almost every single day. I've been trying to get through things slowly but surely, and I see a counselor and things like that. So you guys don't need to worry about, is Jamie getting help? I am getting help and stuff, but it's just a constant struggle of life because I have a lot on my plate. Yeah, I have a feeling that maybe I've shared too much information in this voiceover, so there could be a pretty good chance that I re-record
new calendar
and alter what I say.
Why is the new calendar?
I don't have a new calendar, bud.
What?
That was my son. He just walked in the door. He's wondering why I don't have a 2024 calendar. And I haven't purchased one because I have a planner and I use my phone for my calendar. Last year I didn't actually mark too much on my physical calendar, so I thought it may not be that important this year.
Buy a calendar? You go somewhere buy one?
We'll have to get one, huh?
Hurry before it's January and want the calendar, please.
It is January.
And why is the calendar?
We don't have one, bud.
Go buy one.
We'll have to look at some on Amazon, okay?
No, go somewhere to buy it.
I'm not going right now, okay?
Please.
Okay. yeah, life of a mom. What can I say? As you can see, I've almost done coloring all the trim with this Caliart marker. Some some things I want to tell you about Caliart markers is Caliart markers is one of the first markers that I ever got, alcohol markers. This is like my third set of them that I'm working with right now. And I have never experienced yellowing with a Caliart marker. And it has a chisel and a fine. You can get the brush tip ones, but sometimes I just prefer just the chisel and fine because it's more budget friendly. And I usually use them as base coats underneath my pencil work. And I had these at my table, so I just went for it. And then I thought, okay, I'll just use my polychromos because I've been actually loving my polychromos lately. Maybe it's because I haven't used them a ton and they last a long time, even if you sharpen them constantly. When I use my Prismas, I seem to burn through them really fast. I mean, I like my Prismas, but I don't like that I have to keep buying them. I mean, I would rather have a pencil that lasted me a longer time. But Prismas definitely are a lot more opaque than polychromos. So that was just a little talk about coloring stuff. Yeah, I've been going through some mental health things, as you guys know, because I just talked about it a little bit. Every day gets a little bit better, but some days it's crash and burn, I'll be honest. And it is a struggle. And I think that a lot of us that color have mental health issues or illnesses or just struggles. And that's why we go to coloring. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I watched a clip of one of my videos back in 2020, so 4 years ago. It was my January completed pages in 2020. I was listening to my voice in that video. My voice was so much more rejuvenated and high, like happy for life type of a thing. Like you could feel the passion was so strong. And then I look at videos that are more recent and I can hear it in my voice. It's like my battery is draining. And I've been trying to figure out how to rejuvenate the battery or charge it up, get back to the feeling I was in 2020. Yeah, I'm not like in it for trying to get high numbers of subscribers or high numbers of people watching my videos or anything like that. At first I thought, oh, I'll just like back in 2020 and 2019 and things like that. I just did videos because I thought it might be a fun thing to do. And then kind of in the middle, I felt like, oh, this is fun. It's fun to get subscribers and meet new people. And now I'm to the point where I feel like, okay, this was fun. What can I do to reignite? Basically turn it into a firework again. Do I need a new coloring book? Do I need to try new color palettes? Do I need to try new mediums? I'm trying to think about all these things in my head. But of course, when I overthink all these things, it can trigger a panic attack. And so it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things I'm trying to get through. As you can see on the page here, I've done everything window lining the best of my ability. Now, if I miss some, oh well. but I did what I could tell. I don't have the best vision, and this book is by Joseph Kattenbang, and his particular work is actually a thinner line work compared to Fabiana Attanasio's. Hers are a lot thicker. This is the polychromos that I'm using right here. This is going to be my darker shade. And then I will pull, I think this one was, I don't remember what I just showed you, but you can look at it. And then I think I use a yellow ochre as well. I think this is like I don't remember. Was it a burnt sienna? I don't know. I wasn't looking at my video while doing the voiceover. Apologize about that. Yeah, so this one is burnt ochre. It's going to be like my middle color. So I only use these two colors to do shading. I'm not going to be shading this entire thing in the video because I looked at the time and I noticed that we were already going on like a half an hour. So I'm just kind of showing you how I'm starting this page by doing this trim. And off camera, I have already done this, but off camera I did color the floor too, and the floor is done in the same shades because I thought it looked like wooden.
I need to go buy a calendar.
Okay, I heard you.
You want to go somewhere and buy a calendar?
We will have to buy a calendar, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, my light's gonna flash here, I think, in a second because my daughter shuts my blinds and I have to turn on my front light. So if my lighting changes here in a second, that is what's going on. But basically I shade all this and I do color the floor planks off camera because I feel like it looks like wooden floor. But I use the same mediums that I use for the trim. Now, after I did this, I thought, well, I guess I could have done this more blue and stuff. What I noticed about this picture is for being in wild winter, it doesn't seem very winterish. I mean, I guess the top can be ice chunks, like on top of the roof of the terrarium, but there's not like snow or icicles or anything like that. It really doesn't strike me as a very wintry picture, honestly. Now, I guess if I went winter colors, I could pull off that more wintry look, but that's something I haven't decided yet. I'm trying not to overthink. As you can see, I'm just doing shading here and doing the best I can to enhance this wood grain. Yeah, I did, I have created a hashtag for January. So last year I did Enchanting Year of Color, and it was like a year-long hashtag where we would do different themes each month. Well, a lot of people really enjoyed that, so I created a new one, which is called Portrait Year of Color, and every month there will be a theme to do with coloring a portrait, and for the month of January, the theme is blue hair, so basically color any portrait with blue hair. And for February, this is like a sneak peek or a reveal. I'm going to be doing red hair and red lips because of Valentine's Day. I'm also starting a new hashtag called Coloring the Movies hashtag. I put it on my Instagram. I'll talk about it more when I do another video and can show more stuff. But basically, I'm going to pick a movie each month and we're going to color page kind of inspired by that movie. And the movie that I chose for February is the Wonka movie that just came out. We went and saw it during Christmas break, and I loved it. It's musical. It's a musical, and it definitely reminds me of Willy Wonka when he was younger. I think that it has great music in it and had some fun colors in there. Definitely a lot of chocolate because it's a Wonka movie. But yeah, I think it would be a very fun color palette to go off of. And I thought any kind of steampunky type of picture you could turn into a Wonka picture. There's my flash of light because I turned on the light. So I thought that that would be really fun. I'm also creating some for upcoming months. Some ideas that I've been kind of thinking about is doing maybe the Super Mario Bros. Movie and maybe doing the Avatar movie because those were pretty big box office hits. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And by thinking about this, hashtag actually excited me, which helps me get out of that coloring slump. So that should be good. And I also am going to continue my Fox Family color along that I started last year in September. This month, I have picked out a page that actually has candy jars. It's like in a candy shop. I haven't colored mine, I'll be honest. I have it out to color, but I haven't started it. If I don't get the opportunity to start it this month, I may carry it over for February because I don't have too many people that have been joining me in this color along to give people an opportunity if they want to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm trying not to stress about anything. Take it easy and just do whatever, you know. But as you can see, I've just been shading with the pencils, and I won't finish shading the whole thing. I just go for a little while and then do the rest of it off camera. In the next video that I do for this color along, I will be doing, I'm really thinking that I'm going to start coloring inside, like where the well is, because I think the next thing is to put in the light element would probably be the best route. However I want to do it. There's 3 ways I could do it in my head. I could do it like a yellow light, or I could do it like a very light blue, meaning it's lighter than water. Or I could just make everything underneath the rays lighter. That one, the third one, I think is going to be the most challenging because it's a lot of colors and it's a lot of thinking. So I may opt out of that. Now, I still could technically turn this into day or night. And I am pretty sure, because if I turn it night, I'm going to have to use a lot of dark colors. If I do day, then I can do bright and poppy. So, yeah, I haven't. We'll see what the next video brings us. But I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you are coloring with me, thank you so much for coloring along with me. Have a great day.